Okay, so we've taken the Zephyr tank off the bike, and so you can see it better, because this, oh there goes the bike, because this tank needs a fuel cap, which you don't have. And as you can see, it's got, what, 4 holes here, 3 threaded holes, and 1 there, which I think is for the breather.
I think no, it's I think it's just in case you drip fuel on it. There's an outlet pipe down here, it's just like a drain.
And it's got this kind of slight indentation here. So we were looking at that, and it turns out that I bought this yesterday, which should have been a 2-inch Monza cap for my Norley, and it's not, it's 2.5 inches, and it's of no use to me. So we're just kind of messing about and see if maybe it can fit on here. And guess what? It does almost, because if we now, let's just unscrew this inner brass threaded neck. Hope we'll keep it in focus. So you can hold that, Jeff.
Let's have that.
And that almost, in fact, we've got on the other side.
The other way, it's actually tight.
Yeah, I mean, we could heat that up and it would actually go on. We can then seal it round here, and it's good to go.
Well, I think if we got it so it just tapped on lightly, clean this up so it's bright steel, with a little gap there. If we can just warm it and just run some silver solder in to hold it on.
Yeah. And that's great. But then we're talking about, what about this hole here? What about this hole here? What about this general indentation? Do you leave it?
Well, to be honest, I think once that's on.
Yeah, if we just turn it over now so that we can see it.
Maybe it might be worth just filling it flush and painting it so you don't see it.
Yeah, don't see that now. I'm just trying to show the camera.
I think the original cap will fit.
Yes, of course.
I'll hide that.
I mean, we did think of making a plate to fill it in, like maybe a billet plate or a stainless steel plate. You can bolt it down, but maybe that's a bit too, I don't know, a bit OTT. Just fill it, and you've got that nice little cap there. So, while it's worth money for me for this cap here, it turns out to be maybe quite useful. Actually,
it actually might be better fitting it slightly proud.
Yeah.
And then once it's soldered on, fill that so it's smooth. I mean, we don't really need that drain thing there.
No.
The old bikes never used to have them.
No. Just don't overfill your bike. Just don't overfill it. Yeah. So maybe that's a solution to needing a cap.
That would be proper 70s.
Yeah. So I'll donate that to the cause, and let's see what else you've been up to in the last week or so. Okay, sorry about the noise, the lathe's done behind me, but here's the rear shock mounts almost finished. They've been milled and shaped, and now I just need to be bolted on here, and a spacer made to go here, because obviously this shock is not central on the frame. So, another job done. And a bit more progress this week, Jeff. I see you've been making these new collars, and you've machined out the stainless steel stubs, which we saw last week. And then on the bike.
They're nearly finished.
You're going to do polish them, are you?
What we've got to do is I've got to set these back up on the rotary table, and the flange there, I want to put a little recess in. Cause I'd like to get them as close as possible to the head.
Yeah, so it's going to get that little gap there.
Yeah, obviously you've got. What I need to do is there's no gaskets in them at the minute, and they could be 2 or 3 mil thick. So I need to find a gasket so I can work it out. Yeah, how far to go.
And then obviously this is just a stub, so we'll just no, not yet. So I'm just going to go back a wee bit, and we can see the whole thing. So bear with me. Right, okay then. So now you've got a bit of a.
Are we back on?
Yeah.
Right.
We're back on. Right. So what we got here is.
That's one of the stainless bends.
That's 1.5 inches, is it?
The 38 mil 1.5 inch.
Right, okay, and that's going to be the start of an exhaust system.
Yep.
Which will end up like that. So you're going to weld that directly to the stub, are you?
What I might do to get these accurately, all 4, I'm going to machine the 32 mil inside bore.
Okay.
Which is the same as the exhaust port. There's no point in flowing it. It's not going to be that
critical. No.
Critical. So what we might do is we can machine that back and leave 2 or 3 mil, and we can actually tap that onto a spigot.
Right.
And then we can weld.
Okay. So
they're all in situ, and then we can weld them up.
These are pretty thick, so you can take
they want machining back a little bit.
Machine back a little bit there, and so these can then slide on, and then it's easy to weld on.
Once we've found out where the clamp's going to sit, we can machine them back to 38 mil.
Okay. So let's imagine
where the clamp is.
Okay. So let's imagine then we've got 4 of these. So what's going to happen next? You can have a straight pipe coming down here.
A straight one, and then partial, I think probably about we'll have to use some 90s, but cut.
Yes.
I think about 70 degrees or 65
so
degrees.
So 4 pipes going beneath the engine, and then what?
Yeah. Run them into a flat collector.
Right. Okay, well, if you hold it about there, then we can... So let's just see it first. Okay, so there's your collector. You've got 4 pipes welded together. So that's where these pipes will end up going to. And where's that going to live? Is it going to be beneath the engine?
Well, it's probably going to be maybe about halfway under the engine.
Right. And then after that, what's going to happen? Where are they going to go then? To a silencer,
what we're hoping to do is cut some tubing, and actually it'll look like a... We'll weld 2 pieces of tubing, cut, and then we're going to have to panel it in with a couple of sections of stainless, all welded in, so it forms a bit like a fan, a Hoover sort of head.
Okay.
Then we'll take it to something like a 2-inch pipe outlet that we can then...
So it's going to have a 4-into-1 and then into a silencer.
I mean, it's not a performance pipe. No, it's not a performance bike.
No, but it's got to look cool though.
But it's got to look good. It'll look good.
Yeah. Okay. And have some decent ground clearance. Okay. So with that, then I need to go and drink some more tea, and you can get on and carry on with your machining. So we'll come back next week, and we'll see how far you've got on this very hot day.
But what we'll do,
go on.
Is once we know the ground clearance, once we've got it sat on its wheels, we may be able to get away with the other, because I've done one of them before on top, you know, like in a box.
Right.
Whereas if we can do that, we can actually tuck it to one side of the oil filter, so you don't have to set it. So you don't have to take that off. Yeah, just a point there. We've got the sump cover there. Kawasaki sump cover, and that's the oil filter. So if you've got the 4 pipes going beneath, you can't change your oil filter without taking off your... If we can tuck it round past, which I'll work it out. We'll see if we can get away with it.
Okie dokie. Right, and with that, we'll leave it there. It's a hot day. Time for some more tea, I think. And yeah, we'll come back next week and see how far you've got.